Hello everybody, Bandicoot Commando 95 here, and welcome to my brand new Let's Play of Pac-Man World 3. The third of the trilogy of Pac-Man World games ever since it started way back in 1999 with Pac-Man World. So, despite it being the third, not a lot of people are fond of this one, is all I could say. I don't have a save game on this memory card. It wasn't one of the best, but we are going to go through it and just see what will happen nonetheless. I'm just looking at these things to make sure. I've had to do a lot just to prepare for this, because I remember complaining in the update video about getting a new HDMI, a new capture card. I had to get an HDMI converter because this capture card does not do well with old consoles, so it took me a bit to figure out the converter, so it should all be good. Turn the subtitles on. I'll keep that as is. And I think we're good. So, yes. Yeah. Okay, fine, save. This thing's got a weird setup when it comes to things. Alright, let's begin. Let's just put it on normal. So we're gonna go through the game and you'll be the judge if it's as terrible as they say it was. So it's on easy, so normal. Pac Village, straight from Pac-Man World 2. And it's the Mrs.
Junior! 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 Junior, you didn't happen to see the... Oh, thanks, Snooky. Happen to see any sign of the birthday boy?
Did someone say cake? Cherry meringue sugar stuffed power pellet à l'orange? You shouldn't have.
Well, you only turned 25 once.
It just sounds so old.
Oh, believe
sweetie,
me,
you're only
Pac-Man.
as 25 as you feel.
Thanks, honey. You and Junior are the best presents I ever had. And you're right. I look fantastic.
Hee hee hee.
Is something wrong?
Honey, my Pac sense is tingling.
Pac, get down from there. You're not 24 anymore, you know.
But I'm not doing anything!
So, work with me, you spark-showering excuse from microcircuitry.
Okay, honey, it was funny once.
Don't panic! Everything's under control. I don't think it'll happen.
Oh, well, at least this birthday's still better than my 20th.
I don't know about that.
Happy birthday, dear.
Well, we've hardly started and we're already thrusted into a problem. Also, there's one thing I should acknowledge. Pac-Man is talking!
Pac-Man, can you hear me? Outpost calling Yellow Fella. Repeat, can you hear me?
My spectrometer. Who's there?
Pac-Man!
The signal's bad here. Some idiot teleported me into a pit.
Is that clear? You shouldn't rush to judgments, Pac-Man. Teleportation is not so easy.
Orson? Is that you? Are you by any chance the idiot of whom we speak?
I had pinpoint control of the porter until you squirmed. I would port you again, but I can't lock on. Where are you?
I'm in some sort of landfill pit. There's green goo, some trash-looking junk, and it smells really bad in here. Really?
Oh, you're down there. Ew. Rather you than me. Make your way upwards. I'll try to think of some way to help.
What about the monsters? There's usually monsters at times like this.
All right, here we go. Oh. Yep. One thing I at least like that they put in this game. Pac-Man has melee. Finally puts those boxing gloves to use. And also, the old classy butt bounce is back. And also the rev roll. I wouldn't really recommend using
monsters, check. These are the guys that smell so bad, huh?
these guys. Just give them a butt whooping. They're pretty weak, and you gotta give Pac-Man credit for having quite a killer punch against these guys. And yes, you may notice the point system. Not that points really matter, but there. I could try rev rolling with them, even though, again, I don't recommend rev rolling into enemies. There we go. Points? The points are just there for fun. You want to get a good score and stuff like that. There are breakables, crates, butt bounce or punch them. Collect all the fruit to get some bonuses, which I will talk about at a later point. I'm not going to try and get everything, but I'll try and get most, if not what I can. Okay, I'm just testing the buttons again. Making sure, because I don't remember the game being on the right stick of the camera. So really, it's not all too different from the second game and the first game, except, well, the only thing I can just say is that you'll see. But, like I said, one of the things I can at least appreciate so far in this game was the melee. You have a more reliable means of fighting back against enemies that doesn't... Oh, ouch! That doesn't have to rely on just strictly the butt bounce. Yep, find all 5 of those trophies to get bonus. Now, keep in mind, this game came out in 2005. That is when Pac-Man turned 25. He and me, well, at least at the time this game came out, he and me would have been the same age, except, well, let me rephrase that. Pac-Man is 25 in this game. I'm 25 as of now, as of this recording. But, at the time this game came out, I was only 10 years old. Alright, more of these guys to beat up. These guys do have names. I have the manual, so I can always look up these guys' names if I want to. So, this copy is a very good working copy. I think it's an actual factory sealed copy when I bought it off of Amazon, so it works pretty well after I went through it, so... Alright, let's just keep going. There are branching paths, but only one path will take you to the right way. Okay. Let me see. I also hope, because, I remember I was saying about I had to get an HDMI converter and everything. I hope, as I'm doing this, if you hear a slight buzzing sound, no matter how faint, I tried my best to position both my TV and the PS2, because and the laptop really, because that's what's causing the slight buzzing sound. So I'll know if I'm successful or not at the end of this. Because I really can't test it now as much as I want to. Boom! Kind of not smart of me, but it worked. Also, yeah, sometimes when you get hurt, Pac-Man will say, "Ow!" And yeah, like I was saying, Pac-Man speaks now. I forgot who his voice actor was, to be honest, but I don't know how I feel about his voice in this game. I know Pac-Man has talked before in some games, but, well, not just in some games, but in some media in general. I honestly prefer him being a mix of silent or having a more higher-pitched, childlike voice, because I think it suits him better than the voice he has in this game. He's also got a lot of sarcasm in this game as well, which is okay. I find some of his sarcastic quips funny in most situations, but yeah, it's whatever floats your boat, really. Going up. Oh yeah, the Pac Dots, you no longer use them as weapons in this game, but you never did that in the previous game either. Again, it's all strictly for points. Going up again. And also
Orson,
the ghost,
why am I
Orson.
here?
Would you believe me if I said the whole world was in danger?
Let me get back to you on that, buddy.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit later, actually. This is a save point. Some levels can get on to be pretty long, so... Oh, bugs. These guys will stop spawning non-stop, no matter how many times you kill them, so sometimes it's best just to ignore them. Like, see, new ones are popping out, so it's best to just ignore them and avoid them. But save points, yeah, some of these levels can get pretty long, so if I go on recording for too long, and if I'm near a save point, then I will just stop there and, you know, stop there. So. There we go, give you the old pounding. And you thought Pac-Man only learned how to fight by the time Smash Bros. Came around. Okay. Dots, melons. Is this an elevator? Nope. Alright. And move on. I can only hope that everything will turn out right and I don't have to make too many changes and tweaks with my setup here, because it was already hard enough to try and figure it out. And I was actually almost worried, because when I was looking at the tutorial, well, a tutorial, I should say, on trying to figure out how to... Oh yeah, you could wall jump. Just press circle near a wall. You can kind of cheat with it a bit. In fact, I think right around... I think it's around in this area, or the next part of this level, that there's an area that you can cheat with it. But as I was trying to say, though, I was having trouble with the setup, and I kind of had to figure it out as I went along. And I almost got worried, because every time I found tutorials on how to set up this capture card, I don't know how I took damage there, how to set up this capture card to my PS2, everyone kept using HDMI converters that included the AV ports on them, and mine doesn't have it, but I figured it out. I also hope this, I don't know
Looks
if
like
this capture...
weird busted machinery still sort of works.
You're just noticing this? You're just noticing this, Pac-Man? Oh, ow! Well, that got me that time. Anyway, as I was trying to say before I get interrupted all the time, is that I hope this capture card can also work on my PS3, and that I don't have to use the HDMI converter for it. And if I do, then that's fine. I know how to at least set things up with it. Alright, nice way to get back to the fast. Okay, now we got these pistons going on. More of these guys. I just can't get over it. I'm gonna assume that when they were making this with the melee, they were trying to go for like maybe a God of War-esque combat system somehow before it just turned into simple punches. I just wish Pac-Man had like had aerial attacks as well, because I feel like him being able to punch in the air. Well, I will say, there are exactly no flying enemies in this game, so you don't have to worry about that. But if there were, I wish he had some kind of way of fighting while in the air, just with a punch or a flip kick or something. Because he at least had that flip kick in Pac-Man World too. And yeah, speaking of flip kick, if you want to cancel your rev roll, just press X. There you go. Safe way to cross.
Orson, who made these robots?
A nasty creep named Irwin. Typical megalomaniac. Hates chocolates and kittens. An only child, I think.
I know the type. Well, at least I can get across the goo now.
Poor guy. Poor guy. Who would hate chocolate and chickens? Chocolate and chickens, everyone. Well, I mean, chickens can be cute compared to kittens. Uh-oh. Okay, as strange as it is, yeah, this is bright green, and yet it's not harmful in any way. Thank God for that. Oh boy. Oh yeah, this is the pause screen. It looks really neat, to be honest. I think that must be Pac-Man's little communicator thing that he mentioned. Or at least that's what it's supposed to look like. I'm going to keep going just a little longer because we're actually, I think, close to the end, so... There we go. A good old punching that I can't get enough of. It's the most simple and effective way of fighting. One solid punch. You don't even need to be super strong with a solid punch. As long as you know where to hit, that's all that matters.
So, what's this Irwin guy up to?
It's bad, Pac-Man. Let's just say he threatens Pac-Land, the Spectral Realm, the rest of the world, and everything else as well.
Does that include other dimensions?
Uh-oh. I'm detecting a rise in energy in your sector, Pac.
Details of my sector's energy should be between me and Miss Pac. Thank you very much.
Please, Pac-Man. Do you see a swirly thing?
Yeah. Mr. No Fun Swirly Thing, check. Spewing ghosts, check.
Not ghosts. Spectral Monsters. Tougher than ghosts. You'll need a power pellet.
Yes, these spectral creatures. You need to munch on a power pellet, munch on them. They'll go back into the portal but come back out, so you kind of need to munch on them like 3 or 4 times to make them go away permanently. There's different types of these, and these red ones just like to follow you. Ow! Although, like the original Pac-Man arcade, if you can, eat them in a row... Oh, I couldn't see the score on that. But I think you can potentially get it to go up to, like, 3, whatever it was, 400... I should say 600. It didn't say. Easy, guys. I know you want to play, but... just one at a time now. You will encounter these bits. You will go through these encounters quite a bit. They act like, again, if this was more of a sort of hack and slash beat 'em up,
Whoa.
this is just...
Of all the ghostly things I ever ate, those are the least pleasant. I need a mint.
The Spectral Monsters come from the Spectral Realm, which is being siphoned by Irwin, which is why they're in a seriously bad mood.
The Spectral Realm? Don't you ghosts have something to do with that?
It's our home, too. Now can you see why I need your help? I don't know exactly what Irwin's up to, but it involves my home, which is why I'm in a seriously bad mood. Come and find me at the outpost. It's just a little bit further.
Oh, not just a little bit further, to be honest. It's a lot farther than that. That's the truth. Alright. Actually, now that I think of it, unless I am mistaken, the score actually does help gear towards something. If you can get a high enough score, I believe it will, it'll help you also unlock additional features, I believe. I might be wrong, though. So, if you want to try and get everything, or at least almost everything, go for it. This thing. That is a collector's card. Get it complete. If you want the complete set, find them all. It's, the collector cards are just basically concept art and models for NPCs and such. Okay, so we got all the trophies. We've almost gotten all the fruit. The trophies, I believe, also unlock a collector's card for you. And look at that. You know what that is. You know what that means. The moment you touch them, you do the old-fashioned maze game. But there's a twist to this maze game, though. Yes, we have our ghost. You only get, 3 chances. And this is only the first maze, but every maze you go to will have a different setup and a different gimmick. And as... Oh, whoops, hold on, I got confused. But as you destroy more and more of the dots and pellets and such, you will have to eventually, if it shows up or not, it may or may not show up. I hope it shows up. Well, fruit is in the center if you want more points. And unlike Pac-Man World 2, where you had to try and collect the fruit if you wanted to gear towards completion to a level, that doesn't... There it is! There's the Galaxian bug. Get rid of it. It replenishes the dots on the stage, and it gives you a few points if you can eat it. Okay, good. I believe if you lose all 3 of your lives, that's it, really. It's a first come, first serve. Yep. Alright, so let's just keep going. Let's break stuff, get more score. I mean, like I said, I don't entirely remember if the score does gear towards, like, more items to unlock. So I'm not gonna bother. I just want to get through the game, really. Alright, let's rev it up. Oh, one more thing. Oh, it's R3 that summons that. One more thing. When you see the amount of fruit and like that, that will give you a clue on how long the level is. And there, we've beaten the level. I got just the name. Oh yeah, it's all capitalized and lowercase. This is all I'm just going to put in, including lowercase variants, because I'm proper like that. Oop. Yes. Yes, as in yes, we're done. This saves your high score, so I believe it's a separate file on the memory card. Okay, and then from there you can continue or go back to the menu. We're going to stop here, but let's at least continue. And yes, allow me to save. And before I get off, actually, I need to show something real quick.
Orson, I thought you were going to teleport.
The
I can't calibrate, Pac-Man. Atmospheric, interference from the, radiation. Just keep following the path. I'm not far away at all.
Alright, well, we know what we have to do, so let's go back to the menu. So we saved, we should be good. I mostly wanted to go back to show you how many levels there are. If I remember, there's at least 18 level selections, so that's where we begin, the Bot Boneyard, and now we're in the Bonnie Wastelands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's 15. It's not very, not many levels, but they can be pretty long, especially the later ones. So yeah, that is it. That will do for this episode of Pac-Man World 3. I hope you all will like it and enjoy it. I won't know for sure because of this game's reputation, but you know, it's been 10 plus years, well, not even 10 plus, it's been at least 15 years since it came out. So perhaps maybe some people might look back and be like, maybe it's not as bad as it was, but it's still not good. But you know what it is. So, yeah, join me next time as we get through the wastelands here, the Bonnie Wastelands. I think it's meant to be like Bondi. Which, speaking of which, around that time, Namco and Bondi merged to become Namco Bondi. So, yeah, we'll get through the wastelands and see what's next. So, that is it, and I will see you guys next time.